Is there a better chance of Vin Diesel being in the studio or you being in a Fast and Furious movie at this point?
I think, wow, I would prefer to be in a Fast and Furious movie. I don't know. Take that as you will. That to me is a big opportunity.
Prepare your ears, humans. Happy, Sad, Confused begins now.
Hey guys, I'm Josh, and this is Happy, Sad, Confused. Today on the show, two absolute icons of comedy, amazing creatives, Seth Rogen, Ben Stiller, together at a live event we taped in Los Angeles. This is an awesome one. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Happy, Sad, Confused. I am back in New York. Quick whirlwind trip, literally 24-hour trip to LA to do this really special event. Still riding high off of it, and I think you guys are going to really dig this. For those that couldn't be there in person, this is now for the world to enjoy. Seth Rogen, Ben Stiller talking Severance, the studio, and so much more. Before we get to that, quick reminder, as always, our Patreon. Check it out. Early access, discount codes, merch, autographed posters, all sorts of cool stuff. Patreon.com/happysadconfused. Supporting us over there helps us make more stuff over here, like this amazing event. Look at that segue. So this was our third Los Angeles live event. Two this year. We're upping it. We're starting to make these a little bit more frequent. I don't think I'll ever do them like super on the regular, but when the right opportunity comes, the right timing happens, and it all lines up, I love doing these in LA. The Fine Arts Theater has been our home so far, and this was our third sellout in a row. And it was a really cool one. This is a really special one. So Seth Rogen, Ben Stiller are, of course, the creative forces behind the two juggernauts that are the studio and Severance. They are dominating the Emmys, the Emmy conversation this year. Severance has the most nominations of any show, 27 nominations. It's going to take home a bunch of things, I'm sure, as well it should. As should the studio, which I'm, of course, obsessed with, too. 23 Emmy nominations, including, the likes of Scorsese, Dave Franco, Zoe Kravitz, Ron Howard, all these like amazing supporting performances, not to mention the leads like Seth and Ike Barinholtz and etc. It's such a fantastic satire and look at the Hollywood system. So anyway, like to get these two, get one of these guys on stage, of course, is a treat. To get them together, amazing, once in a lifetime opportunity. They've never done something like this, truly. And this was a great chat. We talk about the many kind of similarities in their careers, overlaps, people they've worked with. As you would expect, this is a very funny, very light conversation. These are two of the funniest men on the planet. So this is going to be a really entertaining chat for you to listen or watch, I believe. A couple notes, really only one note. I think you'll hear a beeping occasionally. Luckily, these guys are very smart and funny, so we were all able to kind of like riff and integrate it into the course of the conversation. I didn't realize what it was at the time. I actually thought it was like a fire alarm or something. Of course, it was just like an Amber Alert thing. Not just, that's a concern. Let's be real. That is a concern. But it wasn't anything that was life-threatening for all of us. And it kind of pops up here and there throughout the show. So luckily, again, when you have Seth and Ben on stage, you can have fun with moments like that. My thanks to Seth and Ben, to everybody at Apple, to the 400 folks that packed into that theater to make it an amazing sellout and hugely energetic and fun event, to the entire team that helped make it possible on my end. We'll do more of these, I promise. And let's get right to it, because I've got the exclusive, guys. No one else has this. Enjoy a really special night in Los Angeles with Seth Rogen and Ben Stiller. Enjoy.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? I'm Josh Horowitz, and welcome to a live event for Happy, Sad, Confused. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Welcome to the Fine Arts Theater in Beverly Hills. Thank you so much for making this night so special. You guys sold out this event in record time. This is our third live Happy, Sad, Confused in Los Angeles. You guys make it so special, so thank you again for coming out. Yes. I know why you sold it out so quickly, because we have not one but two amazing icons coming on the stage in just a moment. Look, they are both comedy giants. They both can do it all. They can do comedy, they can do drama. They are writers, directors, performers. They've contributed so much to television and film the last few decades, and most recently, obviously have helped create two of my favorite shows on television right now. Ben Stiller, of course, as if you didn't know, is executive producer, has directed a bunch of the episodes, of course, for Severance, the creative force alongside Dan Erickson of this amazing show. It has 27 Emmy nominations, guys, the most of any show this year. Well deserved. And Mr. Seth Rogen, performer, writer, director, co-creator of The Studio, this love letter to Hollywood, this amazing satire, 23 Emmy nominations, the most of any freshman comedy ever, full stop. So 50 nominations combined tonight. Pretty good, pretty good. Without any further ado, I'm going to bring them out on stage and we're going to have a fun little conversation. You ready for this? Should we do it? We're here, right? Please give a warm welcome first to Mr. Seth Rogen, everybody. Come on out, Seth! There he is, and then we have the one and only Mr. Ben Stiller in the house. Ben, come on out.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Hello. Always so rude, Seth.
I know I didn't do that.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good to see you both. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
I know what the audience is thinking. Look at this diversity on stage.
I know.
It doesn't get more Jewish.
Yeah. There could be like a man davening up here with us, and it would not be more Jewish than it currently is right now.
Let's open the law firm.
Yeah, exactly.
Rogen, Horowitz, Stiller.
Should we do like a 23andMe right now to see
Exactly.
if we
There's
are?
no way we're not
You
related.
don't even have to.
I regret fucking both of you earlier now.
Okay, so we have a lot to talk about. You guys, look, you have a lot of similarities in your careers, but surprisingly, not a ton of overlap. Is there a meet cute origin story for when you guys met? Do you remember when you first met each other?
Yeah, because it was on the set of
It was on Freaks and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah. So
you were 8.
I was 16.
16, sorry.
And you were 32.
Exactly.
And I remember that.
I was like,
I remember that because I asked you how old you were. And you with sort of like embarrassment said 32. And I think my reaction was like, whoa. Like,
You're almost dead.
we got a 32-year-old on set.
yeah, I've been old for a long time. Yeah, I know, that was it. And it was crazy because I remember Judd saying, like, there's this really funny kid and he's really good and he's writing stuff and he's great and he's kind of doing his own thing.
And it was so exciting for us. Like, Something About Mary had come out a couple years earlier, which, like, to me was maybe the most, like, mind-shattering comedy I ever saw. And I really think there is, like, my life watching movies before seeing The Nutsack and the Zipper, and my life watching movies after seeing The Nutsack and the Zipper.
You're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome, please. And Meet the Parents had, like, literally just come out, like, right before we shot it. So for us, it was, like, an unbelievable thrill. And now I look older than you, so I somehow passed you.
We all catch up with each other.
Yeah, exactly. All Jews
Yes,
even out.
For sure. There's no getting away from it.
I mean, you do share some interesting similarities. You both like clearly had a drive very early on, respectively. You were making home movies right from the start. You were clearly had a passion for this. You were doing stand-up by the age of 13, right?
And you were also making movies too.
I was making home movies with my camcorder, yeah, with Evan, who I still work with.
Upgraded the equipment slightly. But I mean, where did that drive come from for both of you? I mean, it seems like you had a very a certitude very early on. Was it just from digesting, like just absorbing comedy and film early on, or what?
It's a good question. I mean, do we know? Do we really know where it all comes from? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like your desire to do something. It just was there. Maybe it was being around it because my parents were in show business and I was fat. Yes, Jerry Stiller and Ann Mira. That was incredible to be in that family because that was so exciting what they were doing to me and my sister that it was what they were doing, not to us, but like
We're going down a dark path.
no weirdness there. No. But what they were doing, what we were watching them do on stage, and that was so much more exciting and interesting than school or anything like that. And I think I was drawn to that. And then where that how you have that drive inside, I think it's desire to do it because you have it. I don't know though. Where does it come from?
Your parents were, with all due respect, not Ann Mira and Jerry Stiller.
No. But they were big movie fans. Like, I grew up watching a ton of movies. I honestly think that was a big part of it. Like, they really loved comedy and were big fans of Bill Murray and Saturday Night Live and SCTV and Harold Ramis and Martin Short. And, like, they really, inundated me with a lot of comedy from a young age and a lot of movies. They would take me to movies that I was far too young to be seeing at a very young age. And they were incredibly encouraging of me. It's funny because I always joke, I have a partner, Evan, who I met in bar mitzvah class, and we started writing together, and his parents were always outwardly discouraging of us writing together. And I love to bring it up because they're still around, and I want them to feel the pain. Whereas my parents were incredibly encouraging. I told my mother I wanted to do stand-up when I was 13, and she drove me to comedy clubs every week, and she was incredibly supportive. And I think that was a huge thing. It was just something I loved, and they really helped me do it. Yeah.
It's also interesting because both of you, from pretty early on, were not just acting. You were creating, right? You were a writer on Freaks and Geeks at a very young age. I
was writing on Undeclared, which was right
Undeclared,
after.
sorry.
But I was 18, so I was still pretty young.
Very young. You had the Ben Stiller show. So from then on, you were kind of captaining your own respective ships.
Yeah, a lot of it was out of necessity for me because nobody else was hiring me. So I would make my own stuff. I'd go and audition. I don't think I was great at auditioning or even maybe at acting at that point. Honestly, I was nervous and whatever, but so I'd go do my own stuff where I felt comfortable with my friends and pursued that and explored that and kind of the directing part of it was part of it because I was directing the stuff I was doing too, which I enjoyed, and it was always sort of connected. But in my mind, it wasn't always connected because I always loved making movies as a kid. That was really how I saw myself, was being a director.
Oh no!
Always a fun noise to hear in a Q&A.
Exactly.
Always the thing I look forward to.
Is it bad? Just tell if it's bad. How bad is it?
As long as it's not COVID again.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that means we're doing a great job.
Exactly.
Whatever that sound is.
It's the comedy alert.
You're too funny. Beep. Other similarities. Let's see. You've both worked with Barbra Streisand.
That's right.
We did. It's sand, not Zand.
Right, sand.
Right.
She will be the first to correct you.
Licorice Pizza taught me that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she played both of our mothers.
That's right.
In movies.
Yeah.
Again, very Jewish stuff
I know.
going on up here. The statistical.
I feel like Evan should be up here on this panel.
Yes, exactly. Circumcising someone.
Yeah.
Wait, did you direct a lot of the Ben Stiller show?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know if anyone's seen that show.
No, but I didn't direct all of them. But it's also, there was
it's still
Michael
so funny and commits so hard to the various genres that it is.
That was the fun thing for me was I would we would do Takeoff on Cape Fear.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like Cape Fear.
And we're making a little mini Cape Fear, and that was the fun part. And then it being funny was also kind of important too. I knew, but I was more into we're actually making.
Well, it was Kate Munster.
Kate
Munster.
Eddie Munster.
With Eddie Munster. It's so good. My favorite one is the Woody Allen Husbands and Wives one, where it's Frankenstein, and you do a Sidney Pollack impression, which is a true thing of beauty. And it's one of those things where you're like, how do you even impersonate Sidney Pollack? And then you do it.
And
That's
clearly
how you do-
appealing to the broadest possible audience, because everybody loves a good Sidney Pollack impression out there. I do. We do.
There was a big fight we had in the writers' room about who was going to play Woody Allen in that, and Andy Dick.
Andy
won.
Dick did, he did a very good job. Did people want to do it or not want to do it?
At the time, he wanted to.
Okay.
Do we think it's more intimidating?
No.
Comedy alert again.
Comedy
Going
alert.
off.
We're
I
killing
think we
them.
said Andy Dick too many times.
Yeah.
You say him a third time, he comes up like Beetlejuice.
By the way, one of the funniest human beings
Very
ever.
funny guy, yeah.
Wherever you are, Andy, you are.
Wherever you are. Once my parents were locked in a small room with him at an after party for one of our premieres.
What?
And it was really, it was a weird scene in there. I was like, where are my parents? And I opened a small room and it was them with Andy Dick, who was just like monologuing at them.
More points of similarity. Both have been directed by the great Steven Spielberg. More intimidating to be directed as a child, a young man, not child.
I was like 20.
yeah, a young man, or a man of stature like you were just a few years ago. Both were intimidating for.
It's intimidating either way, I would
it-
imagine.
Yes, intimidating and incredible. We were actually talking about this the other night. It's like exciting, and because you're working with your hero, because I feel like he was.
Of course, yeah.
And it's also intimidating and scary. But then he's such an open guy on set. You can ask him once you start to get a little comfortable. You'll ask him questions, and he'll give you all the fun answers that you want.
I would imagine that experience informed. Oh, my
God.
No more Steven Spielberg talk.
The Spielberg alarm.
It's the Jewish alert. That something's happening.
Where we get our threshold.
It means there are too many Jews on the stage.
Too many
Yeah.
Bergs.
listen
Goldberg,
closely, it's going-
Spielberg.
Jew. Jew. Were both of you bar mitzvah? I was never bar mitzvah.
Nice way to change the subject.
Yeah,
Yes, I was.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Huh?
What?
What was it?
You were far away.
I am.
You were bar mitzvah as well.
I was bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met Evan in bar mitzvah class, my writing partner.
Oh, that's right. You were saying that. Yeah, of course. Did Empire of Sun must have informed Tropic Thunder a bit?
It actually did, for sure. I mean, at that time, there were so many war movies being made. It was the era of like Platoon and Hamburger Hill. And every actor my age at that time was auditioning for all those movies and going off to the boot camps to do the actor boot camp for the movie where they act like soldiers for 2 weeks. This guy named Dale Dye would train them, and then they go make the movie. And so I thought it would be funny to make a movie about actors who really take themselves seriously. And at first I wanted to do it about actors who went and did the boot camp and made a movie and then came back and felt like nobody cared, like the actual Vietnam veterans. Yeah, it was a funny idea, but in reality, it was like, oh, that's not really that funny. But I do want to make fun of how actors take themselves seriously in those situations. So that's how the idea for the movie evolved.
Amazing. All right, let's talk a little bit about your current amazing show, Severance, in the studio. As I said, 50 combined Emmy nominations. At this point in your careers, when you're proud of something, you feel confident. I would imagine, like you've made something that you feel proud of. Like, do you expect people to receive it well? Do you when you release it out into the world? What is your default emotion, anticipation?
I don't.
You don't, yeah.
Do you?
I dream about it and think maybe that would be cool and hope, but honestly, you've done this enough. Like, you just never know, and you can put your all into something that you think is great, and it's just sort of like whatever. So I mean, it just happens that way. So it's hard for me. It's hard not to be attached to wanting people to like it, but I do not expect it at all. No.
It must boggle your mind. Let's first on Severance. The way it has been embraced, the way it is it's a Reddit rabbit hole for so many people. It's become an obsession for fans, just as I presume it's an obsession for you. What's it like for you to see folks absorb it in that way?
It's crazy because I've been with it since Dan brought the script to us, the pilot, like 8 years ago or something like that, or more. Maybe we started working on it about 6 years ago, developing it, started shooting it the first season 5 years ago. So it's been my full-time job for the last 5 years, and I've loved it. It's been amazing. But the first 2 years was just I'm just doing this and nobody knows about it, or we don't know what people are going to like it or not. And we had all these episodes and the whole mythology of the show and the terminology and all that, we amongst ourselves knew it. And then when I first heard people saying innie and outie in the world, it was so weird. It was oh my God, they're saying the things that Dan made up in his script, and everybody's into it. It's that was so exciting.
I can't imagine though, even look, obviously your name on it helps get something made, but it's still a pretty out there concept. I mean, when you and Dan are going out to Apple or whoever, are you saying it's The Office meets The Prisoner? What is the shorthand? What are you?
I mean, it's he had this amazing pilot, and the tone of it was so clear that I think people got that. Apple got it. By the way, I don't think anybody else got it. Yeah, as many projects, like Escape at Dannemora, the only people who bought it were Showtime when we went out to pitch it. We pitched it to everybody. So that happens all the time. Same thing with Apple on this. They were the only ones who wanted Severance. So they really saw it. And thank goodness they saw it. And the pitch, was kind of it's weird, but it's also kind of funny. And, but I think it was on the page what he wrote was what it was about.
For you, Seth, I mean, I remember I got a chance to see some early episodes and I talked to you about it. I mean, you knew people like me, nerds of the industry were going to love this thing. But I would imagine you must have had some concern, is it too inside baseball? Is it going to resonate on a broader level?
I was honestly also very concerned that people in the industry would not. We really wanted it to ring true to people in the industry, and we wanted it to pass our own, kind of bullshit detectors as far as is this the type of thing that happens in Hollywood? Does it feel like it's kind of cutting to the core of certain things that you feel as though, as people who work here are kind of funny or tragic or interesting things and so that was actually really my fear, was that people in the industry would watch it and think we misrepresented what it is that we do, and that so many people have dedicated their lives to. That was a real fear, was we've just worked so hard to sort of kind of explore our experience of this place, and it would be such a bummer if the other people who worked here didn't think that we were kind of capturing it in an interesting way. So that was actually real fears. I knew a lot of people I knew were going to watch it, which is not something I feel about how a lot of stuff I do. A lot of stuff I do, it's funny when you do something like this. It makes you realize how few of your friends watch most things you do.
Yeah, where were you last time?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I was oh, this is what it's like when my friends watch a thing. They all talk to you about it, as opposed to everything I've made in the last 6 years. It's nobody talks about it that much, and so I knew people in the industry were probably going to watch it, and so I was actually very nervous that I was I'm sort of really exposing myself to the people I look up to the most, and to the people I most desperately want to impress, much like my character, and so that was really my fear, was oh, I assume if you're someone I like and respect, you'll probably check out this show if you heard it's about the industry, and if you hate it, that will be humiliating to me. So I felt that a lot. Yeah.
Or put on your producer, creator, director hat, and I'd love to hear your perspective on each other's shows. I'm what's impressive for you, knowing what you know about how the sausage is made, about how the other has made their show?
I have not seen the studio. Sorry. I should have said that up top.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
But I've heard
You
incredible.
haven't seen anything I've done since that episode of Freaks and Geeks.
Exactly. But your friends told me it was amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly.
I'm telling you, it's it was funny listening to you say that, because I have watched it. I consumed it. Yeah, I think it's so good. And everything you're saying there, first of all, the fear was totally unfounded, because it so captures the reality. What I think is amazing about the show is that it both captures the craziness. Let me say that. It captures the reality of the business. All that is so real in that show, yet it's incredibly heightened too, and just over the top too. But the more over the top it is, the more it actually is underscoring how ridiculous the reality of Hollywood is, because it is so real. Because all of those conversations that are happening all the time, it's like one of the most accurate representations of Hollywood ever. And I know it's like this kind of fun, frothy thing too, but it really goes to the heart of it. So and then the boldness of the filmmaking and the willingness to say, hey, we're gonna make a choice and have a style to shoot it in a way that is a huge commitment, but ends up, I think, really just being incredible because it's singular and unique, and it also captures, whenever you do a shot that goes on, and there's been a lot of oneers in the last few years, I know, but which is, by the way, it's a great thing, a wonder, but like when you keep a shot going for a long time, there's no way for the tension not to build up because it's just going and going and going. And the best ones usually for me are the ones you don't notice or wonder for the first 5 or 7 or 10 minutes. And this show is like that because they're all wonders, but yet you forget they're wonders too because you're just watching what's going on. So I think that filmmaking level is just very high, and I think he's just incredible. It's great.
That was great.
It's exciting to watch.
Thank
it's fun
you.
to
That's
watch.
so nice. What a lovely thing.
Treat, right? When you turn on TV and it's like, oh my God.
That's so nice.
Have you seen Severance?
I've not seen Severance. I actually started it and then stopped.
A little slow.
I watched the first 3 episodes. Wasn't for me. No, I
appreciate the honesty.
Yes, I love Severance. I mean, a lot. I mean, what I've expressed to Ben, honestly, like drunkenly at parties over the last several years, was like, to me, like sort of precise, clean comedy, like that is highly specific and highly composed and highly curated in its style and its timing and its staging, to me is something that like so many people try to do, and it removes the actual like life and comedy from the thing. And what to me is so impressive about the show is that it is all those things. It's like precise and composed and beautiful and color coded and and the blocking and the staging and the sets and all of that and the rhythm of the shots and the timing of the editing is so dialed in and specific. And normally that makes the thing feel less alive and less funny, I find. But I honestly think like not since like things like Doctor Strangelove have there been like a combination of like precision and comedy that actually like functions very, very well, like this show does. And to me, that is like I've tried to do it and failed. Like I've seen how hard it is. Like, and so to me, it's like the whole thing, the fact that it is as specific and again, sort of like precise and like, and almost like sterile at times, but in a beautiful way as it is, the fact that it's still alive and comedic is so, it's like impossible to do that. No one else has done that, I think, in like 50 years or something. So it's like Jacques Tati, it's things like that are like, they're like impossible to do. Like very few people can do it. So to me, it's really impressive.
Yes.
Thank you.
You've heard me say that to you several times also.
Now it's on the record, though. Now it means
I would just put a caveat to that, which is the freedom. You're talking about the comedy of it, and like the thing I do feel like I'm sort of cheating comedy-wise is because it's not a comedy. So any comedy that you get when you're making something that's not a comedy is bonus.
You're breaking the tension. You're
not. The expectation from the audience is not make me laugh. They're like, "What is this?" And then you can throw in laughs. So I think it's harder, honestly, to do what you're doing on the studio. Execution-wise, it's as hard or whatever. It's any of this because you're actually having to deliver a comedy too, and do something that has style and all that stuff.
But what strikes me about both of yours is kind of like a reverse is, as you say, like yours is like ostensibly, existential, very serious, but it has this real like absurdist quality to it. And yours is kind of this flip side where it's this broad comedy at times that has real dramatic heft and like real, characters that we connect with. So you're both kind of like finding a way to tackle both.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's interesting in the studio is you're also doing satire, right, and commentary, but then you're also having characters that you have to invest in also and have a dramatic arc, but you're also trying to comment on all of that too, and also coming from this place of love of the movies, and not becoming a cynical thing that's just like trashing everything. So that's the other thing,
And I'm trying to fall down in every episode.
which is always enjoyable.
That's the drinking game. Yeah. It's fun. I mean, obviously, the studio tackles kind of this theme of like art versus commerce, and I'm thinking your directing work. I mean, Reality Bites is about that in many ways as well. I mean, that's something that I would imagine, has that been something that's been kind of tough to negotiate throughout your careers? Like, you seemingly both have really marched to your own drummer and made stuff that's personal and that you find funny, but you have to also think commerce sometimes too.
Yeah, I mean, you're just living your life and figuring out what you want and what's important to you and what those creative decisions are and where you're at that point in your life. And so that's been a constant part of the journey, and trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not as I think on the show my character's heavily conflicted by it because he could get fired, by the powers that be should he not make money, and I am generally not in that position, so it's much easier for me to err on the side of art, But it is something that is, I'd say, the most stressed out moments in my job have probably been when I feel that exact, that inflection point,
It's also interesting. I mean, it feels like in some ways, look, as we well know, television is in this amazing age where these kinds of shows get these kind of amazing budgets and you're able to kind of achieve greatness. And you've obviously had such great work in film, and in some ways, coming off of, I know, something like The Interview or Zoolander 2, you've both talked very frankly about those being kind of pivot points in some ways for both of you. Do you see?
Yes. The Interview for me was
I saw
when I realized I really
why try anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
He cracked the code.
They did it.
But in some ways, did receptions to those inform going to TV and trying something different?
No, for me, it wasn't about going to TV. It was just about that was a point for me where I was stepping back and going, okay, why am I doing this? What, when I go through a failure, that doesn't feel great. It really made me ask questions of myself. Why am I doing this? What's important to me?
Yeah.
And that was great to have that clarity. It was, kind of not a fun time, but there's also a lot of other stuff going on in my life. But what I came out of it was I really want to make sure I'm just doing things that I want to do in the moment that are going to make me, happy. It's something I want to see, that I want to watch. And that's really how I was then able to kind of make decisions on things after that. For me, it was a little bit clearer.
And for you, Seth?
Not that I didn't want to watch Zoolander 2. It was just
yeah.
It was just, no, I didn't know but not really, because I honestly I think directing and acting for me was what I really got some clarity on there, which is I didn't want to have to stare at myself when I was editing a movie, because
I love it.
Thank you. But I just didn't want to have to keep on directing.
Do you
myself.
not like directing yourself?
I stopped doing it.
Oh wow!
I haven't done it. Yeah,
I guess you did.
And been very, very happy because
That's
I like
so
doing
interesting.
just to be able to do one thing at a time. It's very, it's so much more enjoyable to do that for me.
So yeah, no, I get that.
Do you direct actors the way you like to be directed? What's your...
I don't even understand how to explain what directing is, because it's such
Different for every person. You're
yeah,
directing.
it's a different thing. For me, it's I think of being reactive. It's just being reactive to what you're seeing and to figuring out a way to communicate with whoever you're working with to get to a place that you are clear on what it is you want it to be. And with an actor, you have to see what they're doing and go from there. And I am just nothing but more impressed with the skill of acting, the craft of acting, than watching the actors on Severance, watching them do what they do, because I'm so grateful every second that I'm not having to be in front of the camera trying to do that, because it's hard, and also grateful to be an audience to see what they're doing, and then to be able to encourage and maybe send them in one direction or the other, but also sometimes not do anything. So it's kind of just reacting to what you're seeing and being in the moment with it.
It also must be thrilling to see, prior to Severance, I did not know Tramel's work or Britt's work, and now to see folks like this acknowledged.
It's so great, and they're such good actors, and they've been good for a long time. I think it's really interesting how sometimes it's a role that an actor finds.
I'd worked with Britt years ago on a TV show, and she was so funny and so good. And Jay Baruchel had worked with her on something also, and it's so funny because it wasn't until Severance I was always like, why is she not more famous? Like, why is she not more like appreciated? And then it takes the right thing sometimes.
I mean, I think that's the thing. It's just like sometimes it's just the marriage of the actor and the role and the moment in time or the show. And it's been really fun to watch Tramel's, incredible rise. He's so talented, and he's such a great actor to work with, and he takes the work so serious. He's not Jewish.
He's not Jewish.
He isn't. So.
Tillman. So before Severance, we didn't know. A lot of us didn't know Tramell was such a tremendous actor. Before the studio, we had no idea that Martin Scorsese was such a talented actor. Actually, we did. We knew he was a
good.
great
He's
actor.
in Taxi Driver. He pops up in some.
He's great,
He's
actually.
in Dreams, the Kurosawa movie.
That's right.
As Vincent Van Gogh.
Do you get a fruit basket after the nomination? His first acting nomination for an Emmy.
Oh no, nothing.
What?
I don't expect a fruit basket from Martin Scorsese. Are you kidding me? I owe that man a lot. That guy, should be sending that guy fucking truckloads of fruit. Like, he really gave us a gift. At the end of his shooting day, I said to him, I was like, I genuinely feel like you gave me a huge gift that I in no way deserved from you, that you in no way had to give me. And I genuinely feel that way. So I don't expect anything from Martin Scorsese beyond what he's given me.
I would imagine, like, getting through that day, you can now probably direct any human being and not have a panic attack. If you can get through directing Martin Scorsese, it's going to be okay.
It was probably one of the more intimidating things to do. I didn't sleep much that night. And then I was driving to work that morning, and my mom called, and I said, I'm about to have to direct Martin Scorsese. And she said, oh, my God, that must be terrible. What if he doesn't like what you tell him? I was like, yeah, that's what I'm worried about. You should be. That must be scary. We shoot the whole show with one camera, and it's one take, and it was like the first week of shooting, basically. Right. And so we were still sort of figuring out the process on our feet a little bit. And so that day, I was honestly so worried. I would show up on set, and he would be like, where's the second camera? That I hired a second camera crew. And we were shooting at the Roosevelt Hotel, and I just literally told them, you're going to be sitting in this hotel room. If that phone rings, come to the room we're shooting in. Act like you were supposed to be here this whole time. And it is so stupid in retrospect because, instead what happened is he showed up on set and instantly I literally never met him before he showed up on the set of our TV show. We didn't talk to him once. We sent the script, and we heard back from his manager. He loves it. He'll be there. We were like, okay. Part of me was like, he's not going to fucking be there.
Were you worried he'd know his lines because of the oneers?
I worried he wouldn't know his line. I was worried about all that. I would worry he would just be like, you shoot comedy with two cameras. That was my main fear. He was just gonna reject
the whole premise of your show.
Premise what we were doing. That was my real fear. And so he showed up on set, and me and Evan, we go to him and we're like, just so you know, we kind of have this thing we're trying to do where we do every scene in one shot with one camera. And he's like, oh yeah, it's like French New Wave. They never cut. They hated editing. They often had one camera and no access to an editor, so they would shoot entire scenes and and we're like, okay, you get what we're talking about. You're Martin Scorsese. We don't have to explain anything to you. You get all of this. He's like, yeah, I get it. And then he just fucking did it. And it was amazing. And it was so funny. And I couldn't believe it. It was incredible. And those men got paid to sit in a hotel room all day.
Everybody wins.
It was the actual camera crew from, I was like, can we get the people who worked on Killers of a Flower Moon? So if I'm in the doghouse, I bring out familiar faces. So it was them. They were just sitting in a room all day. Yep.
Look, Ben, you've directed some amazing people. You've acted with some amazing people. I mean, it's one thing to direct Tom Cruise as Les Grossman, but it's another to like even before then, like act with him as his stunt double and do Tom Cruise's laugh 6 inches from Tom Cruise's face.
Yeah.
Was that scary?
That was trying to remember. It was a long time ago. It was like 26 years ago.
I remember. We all remember.
I'm trying to remember what I remember. Yeah, no, it was. I love that little piece. It was so weird. We didn't really know each other. I'd met him once before, and yeah, I showed up. I was actually on my honeymoon, and we came back a couple days early to do it because we were on this island. It was raining in off the coast of Australia, and anyway, we're still married. It's okay, but yeah. So we left early to do it. It's like, yeah, this sounds like fun, like to do this thing with Tom Cruise, and we just started. Yeah, John Woo was there, and it was. I remember just like we were sitting in the chairs, and yeah, just kind of like it was just like it was happening in the moment, and then he was laughing, and I started laughing, then he started laughing more, and then I started laughing more. And, you know, he was totally open to it. He was open to it.
He seems funny.
Amazing.
You also did a great bit where you pitched Titanic 2 to James Cameron.
Yes. So
Yeah, with Vince.
you and Vince Vaughn, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was more scary.
I was going to say, honestly, like, there's no director scarier than James Cameron, I think.
The most intimidating, for
Scariest
sure.
guy.
Yeah.
Very tall, too.
Ever been up for a James Cameron movie? When's the last time either of you had to audition? It's probably been a long time for you guys. Do you remember it?
I mean, thankfully, because I would not get most of the roles that I played if I had to audition for them, because I'm not great at auditioning.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, I screen tested for a movie once. Yeah. That I didn't get it.
I feel like you self-censored halfway through that story.
I was thinking like, oh, do I want to see this clipped? But yeah, no, like a movie that I didn't get with a famous director, and yeah.
Oh, now,
yeah.
now we can figure out what it is from that.
But when was the last thing you auditioned for?
I auditioned for the Steve Jobs movie. I auditioned for.
Right.
By the way, I think that's great. Like, by the way, if someone said, "Would you audition for this movie tomorrow with Chris Nolan?" I'd be like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do it."
Oh, I was thrilled to audition. It like took the pressure off me.
Yeah.
I was like, they know what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, this is Danny Boyle's fucking fault. Like
there's
not
that. Yeah, like let's get it all out on the table.
Yeah.
I think it's like you have to have, like it's like the fear and all that. Like that's important, and like the willingness to do it is because you want to, be a part of this thing if it's right. If an audition can really be sort of like figuring out, does this feel right for us?
Oh yeah, and I've had a few times over the years where we've been making comedic films and asked big actors to come in, and because we're also like, you should see if you like how we do this.
Right.
Like you might just get here and be like, oh, I don't want to like stand here and fucking make shit up all day like that. You might hate this process. You know what I mean? And so I've actually been amazed at what great actors are happy to come in and do that, because they understand like it's not just us seeing if we like them, it's them seeing if they like us.
Yeah, and as a director, I so appreciate it when any actor comes in and auditions.
Oh, yeah.
Because it just helps so much to be able to
Visualize what it's actually
and also to be able
yeah.
to talk to them, and maybe you do it a couple times and you see how that feels, and just the interaction in person, by the way, because that's the other thing. Like, now it's all over, self tapes and Zooms, and it's really, really hard. I miss those days when people come into the room.
Do either of you? I mean, obviously the reception to both of these shows is phenomenal. Does it make you want to read reviews again? I know you stopped reading reviews a long time ago. You told me once.
Yeah, because you know what the reviews are. You know what I mean? Somebody's going to, like when you wake up in the morning, you get the text, "Fuck the New York Times." I'm like, all right.
Fuck them because they like it so much.
I know what the New York Times review was. And it's impossible not to know.
Right.
And the good ones for me, it's like, it's never, oh no, you didn't quite get it, and then you have to, it's hard. I mean, it's hard. Sometimes somebody says, hey, read a thing that somebody said or wrote, like I will do that sometimes, but no, I do not wish to delve in. I do engage with people on Twitter about the show, and that's more fun for me. But it's less like a specific sort of like someone who's like or critic or something like that. It's more like just people back and forth.
Do you have a favorite fan theory, obsessive thing a detail that you didn't even intend to be a detail in Severance?
I don't. I mean, I think it's so interesting how much people have found within it. I think it's really fun to see how people discover and notice things that we did do intentionally, but then there's so many things that are not intentional that people see, but then kind of make sense too, which is really cool. But when
Maybe we did do that.
exactly, maybe we're like
geniuses.
we're really good. Maybe no, it's like interesting. You just see like, oh, you can find these parallels, and that's really cool. But I just appreciate when people see the things that we've been working on.
And backtracking, your relationship with criticism, is it helpful at all for you to read what critics think of what you do, or not really?
It depends on the thing. If it's good, it helps my ego intensely, and if it's bad, it damages it a lot.
That makes sense. No, ask a stupid question. That's fair. That's fair.
I wish. I like to know the consensus. I like to know, as me and my friends say, live by the tomato, die by the tomato. But I think
Exactly. Who needs to read reviews seriously when you have Rotten Tomatoes? It's like
just
that's the unfortunate.
give me the red one. Just please give me the red one.
I know.
Just want the red one.
Don't want to be green.
Don't want the green one. So like there's something so aggressive about it. I feel like it could just be a red one with like a frowny face on it or something like that. A paler red one.
Right.
The green splat is a lot. But yeah, I like to, but I don't really delve in. I like to know the consensus, and every once in a while, someone else will be like, "This one's really nice. Maybe you should read this one." Or like Ben said, one will be like, "Maybe don't read The Atlantic today." And I was like, "I never do."
The good news is there's going to be more of both of your respective shows. You're both, I think, working on the next seasons, respectively. So Ben, I know you've talked about, look, I mean, strikes, COVID, et cetera, kind of slowed the process of getting the second season out there. Is the intent, I mean, is there a timeline for the next season? What's your goal?
My goal is to stretch it out as long as humanly possible.
You want to grow old with these kids.
It could be like, just see how long we can wait till the audience might have forgotten about the show. I mean, it's so, trying.
Could you do the next 2 seasons back to back? Just get more bang for our buck.
I like that idea. Look, all things are on the table. Okay? Anything is possible. No, it's just, those are things we're thinking about. And I swear to you, we're working as hard as we can. I swear. I am aware of.
Leave him alone, Josh. Trying.
I get it. We're here for you. We'll wait.
Okay.
We're good.
Thank you.
You've unfortunately set the bar very high for yourself in terms of cameos, in terms of these celebrities. When you get Scorsese, et cetera, where are you at in terms of? Because I know these are it's not a slot any celebrity into a script kind of thing. You're writing to particular people.
Yeah.
So what has that process been like this season in terms of like meeting the bar you set in season 1?
Oh, it's quite hard, Josh. I thought it maybe would be much easier now. I don't think it is, honestly. Might be harder than it was the first season. I think the promise of our show, hypothetically, was more alluring than our real show, maybe. No, it is very nice in that we have had a lot of people who are fans of the show and coming to us and saying that they would be willing to be a part of it, which is great. But the truth is, like the way we write the episodes is like we sort of come up with like a very specific joke that very few people could actually do, and like with Martin Scorsese was like, it needs to be a director who you believe would be making a $250 million Jonestown movie, who you believe is someone I would be bending over backwards to work with, who you believe would kind of have casting approval and would maybe want like an unconventional choice as the lead. Like, and there's really not many people who fit that bill. Like, you don't necessarily buy Spielberg would make a Jonestown movie, for example. Like, it's like a pretty small amount of people that would do that. And you have to believe they would call it Kool-Aid. So it's quite hard. And in this season, yes, we are writing it right now, and the exact same thing is happening. I'm currently working on an episode where if one person says no, we have to throw away the entire episode idea and start from scratch and write an entirely new episode, which is not the smartest way to make a television show, if I'm being very honest. But it's the only thing we know how to do at this point. So, they're only like 35 pages. You just
Is there a better chance of Vin Diesel being in the studio or you being in a Fast and Furious movie at this
God,
point?
I think. Wow, I would prefer to be in a Fast and Furious movie. I don't know. Take that as you will. That to me is a big opportunity.
I want both to happen. Okay, I'm greedy that
Not
way.
mutually exclusive.
No, of course not. Then we talked about kind of like pivoting to Dannemora and directing and Severance in recent years. But you're acting more. You're about to start production on the new Fockers film.
Yes, Focker-in-law. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we start on Monday. Yeah.
So
Excited.
the gang's all back, and
Well, the gang, there's Jack Burns and Dina Burns, but my Fokker parents at this point aren't back. But but there's a new my son. I have a son. I don't know. I don't think I can say anything.
well, we can say. It's
What can
public
I say?
that Skylar is in it,
Oh, Skylar Gisondo is in it playing my son,
and we can say Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande is in it. Yes.
Has Ariana Grande and Robert De Niro broken bread yet? Have they?
Yes, we have all broken bread. Yeah, we
Breaking bread a lot.
We're
Breaking it.
breaking all sorts of things. We're having fun. She's amazing, and the movie's called Focker-in-Law, and I don't know how much else I should say.
It's happening.
Yeah, but no, very excited about it, and it's been a long time, and any chance to work with Robert De Niro is I will take.
Yeah. And the reports of the film comedy being dead are not true.
Well, I mean, I hope, I'm excited. This is a theatrical release. I feel like we need more theatrical comedies. out
Naked
there.
Gun did well, so we got that.
Yeah, I just heard, I heard Jonah Hill is doing a,
Jonah's making a movie with Wig.
like
Naked
a
Guns.
big comedy. I'm all for it. So yeah, hopefully this will be one of those.
A couple random things for you guys. What's the wine from your career that you hear most out in the streets generally? Is there one that just recurs over and over again?
I don't really have one.
Really?
No, people just want to smoke weed with me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you have rules about that? Do you what's your...
I usually don't, and if it seems like it'll really be special for the person, sometimes I will.
They just come up to you like on the street?
I've had moments where I'm like, this is a big moment for this person. Least I could do is take a couple hits with them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You don't get that. I would.
No, I
That's
get,
not. Yeah.
No, I get Focker
Yeah.
a lot. Yo, Focker, which I sometimes respond to, but only for a very special person who I want to make happy.
It's a strange thing to hear
Yeah.
a Starbucks just out of nowhere from across the way.
Yeah. But I think that should start to die down after the next movie. No. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I get that. There's some Zoolander stuff. Well, every once in a while.
That has got to be a daily thing. You don't get
What?
Zoolander every day? That's not a daily occurrence?
I do get a lot of requests for Blue Steel
Right.
from people.
Similar to his request to smoke.
Exactly.
Do it for special people.
I'm pretty easy on Blue Steel. If somebody says, "Hey, do a picture, do a Blue Steel," I will shoot.
What
Blue
if
Steel.
400 people ask for Blue Steel in an audience?
Yeah, of course. Of course. What, right now?
We're here.
Okay. You ready? This might be Magnum. We don't- Thank you. Thank you.
He's still got it. He's got it.
Now I'm going to smoke weed with everybody.
Yeah, I'll smoke with you. Come on, let's do it.
Everybody line up. 400 people with Seth.
Take COVID tests. We'll get-
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to end with this. We're going to do the happy, sad, confused, profoundly random questions, as if my questions haven't been random enough already. Are you gentlemen dogs or cat people?
Dog.
Dog, big time dog.
And I like cats too.
Okay.
But
But
I
you're,
really
you're
don't.
anti-cat.
I'm not anti. I'm not like, I'm not going to fuck with your cat if you have one. But, I don't like it. I'm not going to necessarily try to form a bond with it. Yeah.
Okay. It's good to know. Okay. What do you collect? Do either of you collect anything?
Props from Star Trek, the original Star Trek.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
What's the prize possession? You got a Gorn head? What do
I
you
have the
got?
Gorn head. I have Kirk's tunic from the Enemy Within episode.
Do you
The
have a tribble?
I don't have a tribble.
Ooh.
No. I have 2 pairs of Spock's ears.
So 4 ears, all in all, too.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And one donated to me directly by Leonard Nimoy, which is
Wow.
like my prized possession. Yeah, and I have one of the intercoms from the Enterprise.
Wow.
Just got that. Yeah.
Are these all in like one room that you go to every night and kind of like
I
spend
do
time
have
with?
them in
Like-
a display case. Yeah, I do. I mean, it's incredible.
I love that.
Yeah.
The design of that stuff's amazing.
What do you collect, Seth?
What do I collect? I have a lot of I collect a lot of ceramics. I do pottery, and so I collect pottery as well. And yeah, you don't have to clap for
Clap for pottery.
that was
For
so
ceramic.
weird. Yeah, great.
No, I think it was they like your pottery.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were
Right.
clapping.
It wasn't
for
that
the
you do
idea.
pottery. They appreciate your actual pottery.
I apologize.
These are 400 artisans in the house.
Weird. I just saw this lady sort of we're clapping for his pottery collection? Is that what's happening? But yeah, so I trade with other ceramics, people who do pottery, things like that. Yeah, I have a pretty big ceramics collection, and thank you for appreciating it.
Do either of you have a favorite video game of all time?
Ooh, that's maybe I probably spent the most time playing GoldenEye, which is a Nintendo 64 game.
Donkey Kong.
Hey,
Great.
I am Donkey Kong.
Oh, you are? Oh my
I am
God.
Donkey Kong.
Oh shit.
This must be big for you. Ben, are you
must be
okay?
crazy.
Oh my God. Can I get high with you?
Must be freaking out.
Oh my God. This is the Dakota Johnson Memorial question. She asked me this once. Would you rather have a mouthful of bees or one bee in your butt?
Ooh. I'd go with the butt bee.
Okay. Ben's giving this serious thought.
But yeah.
Butt bee.
But,
Yeah.
what's the wallpaper on your phone?
Oh, it's a picture I took in Newfoundland a couple of years ago.
Mine's sort of like a generic. I literally think it's like a rug I saw once, and I took the picture of it, and and I like the design of it, and so it's some rug I couldn't for $1 million tell you where I saw it. And
You took a picture of the rug?
I took a picture of the rug
you're
and
like,
made
that's
it
cool.
my
Yeah.
phone background. Yeah, and it's been that for like 10 years or something
Wow.
like that.
Did you actually want to buy the rug?
I know. I didn't look into it beyond that.
Was it in a rug store or
I
on
don't
the
know.
floor?
I think it was maybe in like a hotel or something
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
yeah.
Maybe like a hotel lobby.
And were you taking it to be wallpaper or
I
because
want it to be my phone wallpaper.
you, Okay. Not because I want a rug like that.
No,
maybe I'll
I was
okay.
like, that'll look good as the background of my phone
Not, I don't need it as a rug.
for the next
Okay.
10 years.
I think we're good on rug content, guys.
Sorry.
Thank you, though.
I was curious.
Last actor either of you were mistaken for. Do you ever get mistaken for?
Adam Sandler. I just
Really? That's anti-Semitic.
100%.
That's
yeah.
purely
Adam and I
anti-Semitic.
get this all the time. It's just a running thing that I will videotape somebody come to me. Oh my God, Adam Sandler, I love you so much. I'll they go on, and I usually don't correct them, and I say thank you, and then I just send the video to Adam, and he'll do the same thing with me too.
Seth, do you ever get mistaken for anybody?
I get mistaken for Jonah quite a bit, and I'm sure Zach Galifianakis sometimes.
Oh my God.
I've had people be like really mad that I'm not in The Hangover, and they're like, "You're in the fucking Hangover." I'm like, I swear to you, don't know how to tell you this. I'm not in The Hangover. I wish I wasn't. I would be happy to be in The Hangover. I'm not in it.
Yeah. Also, when I correct people and I tell them I'm not Adam Sandler, they're like, yeah, whatever. Because I don't think they think I'm Adam Sandler. They just see me and they're saying Adam Sandler. You know what I mean?
Face. Hey.
Yeah. It's not. Well, we're just like, it's not like I like all of a sudden like they're like, oh, I didn't mean you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
They know you're someone.
Where's that beep again? Where's the Jew beep?
Disprove that theory.
Worst note a director has ever given you?
Oh, I remember asking a director to do another take. We'd done 2 takes and like say, hey, can we do another take? And he said, why? I was like, oh, just I don't know, maybe it might be good. Or I was so dispirited by it. I was just like, oh, forget it. It's all right.
Never mind.
You know what? You're right. No reason.
Anything jump out at you?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I remember when we were young. Judd Apatow, who we both know, if he didn't like what we were improvising, sometimes he would just yell "boo" from the other room.
Oh, that's sweet.
So you'd be in the middle of a riff, like me and Jonah or Jason Segel, we'd think it was really funny, and then you just hear "boo." Because he doesn't like that riff.
Very subtle. Okay.
Try a new riff.
By the way, I had to say this. This is the guy who thought of McLovin. That's so insane. To me, that's like, I was thinking about this the other night. That's like one of the most iconic movie scenes and moments, right? And it lives on.
And when he was like 16, he came up with
He's the guy who came up with it when he was
Yeah.
16.
We actually wrote that joke when we were like 13 years old, which is so crazy. It's really weird.
Who would think that when you're 13, there's going to be something in a movie that when you're growing up that people are going to remember forever?
Oh yeah, you never think that's going to happen.
Last minute, rapid fire. Actor who always makes you happy. First one that comes to mind.
Happy?
Yeah, you're happy. You see them on screen. You're happy.
Al Pacino.
Adam Sandler is one of the guys I like watching him a lot.
Movie that makes you sad.
Oh, I mean Ben Stiller. I'm sorry.
Thank you. You can
I
edit
get them
that.
confused.
But you meant me, really, yeah. Sorry.
Movie that makes you sad.
That makes me
you to
sad.
tears.
Oh my God, I hate these kind of
know,
speed round things. You answer yours first.
Any dog dead movie. No
yeah.
dog
Dead
dead
dog
movies.
Yeah.
What's a big dog? Even the first John Wick is very sad.
Yeah.
He kills those people, but it's still sad.
Yeah.
Are you a Pixar sad person? Are you Terms of Endearment? I'm giving you
Oh yeah.
suggestions. Anything?
Terms of Endearment.
That's a good one.
Yeah, great. I'll think of it in about 2 hours, and I'll let everybody know.
We'll be back here.
Yeah.
And finally, a food that makes you confused. You don't get it. Why do people eat that?
Whoa.
I know.
Controversial.
Yeah.
I mean, I could avocado, eggs.
Oh.
Whoa.
And that's when Ben Stiller lost the
Sorry
audience.
that I don't understand why people eat chicken embryo. I'm so weird.
I'm with you, egg people. I'm an egg person.
By the way, I don't mind eggs in stuff. I just don't want to eat the actual.
I'll eat an egg. I'll eat a fucking egg.
Really?
I'll
Like
eat
a
an egg
sna-
with you on the street as we smoke weed together. You don't want to eat an egg while you're smoking weed, honestly. It is gross.
Right. We can end there. That's a good place to end, I think. What do you think, guys?
It epitomizes my outlook on life.
Yeah. As if I need to remind you guys, Severance, the studio. It doesn't get better than that on television, on Apple TV Plus. Give it up for these two amazing creatives, Ben Stiller, Seth Rogen. Thanks for coming out, guys.
And so ends another edition of Happy, Sad, Confused. Remember to review, rate, and subscribe to this show on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm a big podcast person. I'm Daisy Ridley, and I definitely wasn't pressured to do this by Josh.